Hello and welcome to Hannamade. I like to create things and this is my latest, creation. I made those flowers from paper plates and I will show you how to do it. So this is the final product. Yes, you can see that it is still a plate. These are all my supplies, pretty easy. The glue gun is the most important one. If you are picking plates, I was trying to find plates that are double-sided. Basically, I didn't like seeing the white on the back because I was afraid it will show up on the edges of the flowers. And it did, but it is not a big deal, honestly. So the number one step is to gather your supplies, do it outside, make sure you don't stink up your whole house with the glue gun. I do prefer glue gun because it dries fast, right? You can use any kind of other glue. And then I basically glue the plates together. So I use 6 petals for the petals, and I created the outer circle first, and then I plopped the middle. And then I also did other side. I knew that I am going to use these flowers for a window shop, and I did wanted to make sure that they are double-sided. Um, it is one of those ideas that you kind of, I saw it somewhere. Somebody was decorating window shop as well, but they glued the flowers to the window itself and you only saw them from outside. However, I knew I wanted to use it inside and I kind of like the idea that it can move, right? So I did want to make sure it's double-sided, that from both sides. Inside you see pretty flowers as well as outside. And I like the fact that they can move. So that's it. That's the first one I made. And I show you another one because I kind of figure out faster system, I guess. Just plopping down the 6 plates upside down and then gluing them just a little differently. But honestly, this is one of those things that you have to figure out for yourself how it works. I was impressed with the glue gun. It does dry super fast, so it's really easy. I did push the plates a little bit to make them flatter whenever I could, but it is not a big deal. I do actually think that the fact that they are plates kind of with elevated edges, it does give it kind of a little bit more the 3D look. By the way, one thing, I was going to go for pastel colors, but I also included this purple, but on the window itself it came a little darker, that you almost don't see it. So if I was doing it again, I would make sure that all the colors are kind of same, and I would replace the purple for something lighter, even like periwinkle, like something a little lighter. Anyhow, that's detail that only I can see, but this is basically how I created the flowers, right? Pretty easy. Then I poke a hole on the top and I attach string so I can hang them. I'm quite impressed how thick and strong they are and somewhat indestructible. And this is when I'm setting them up at the shop. I love the look of all of them. Pretty cute, right? By the way, we are a small store and we sell antique as well as vintage and handmade, and we kind of pride ourselves on basically selling reused items. So I do like the fact that the flowers look like plates. Sure, they are new, they are not upcycled old plates, but still the message is there. So this is me playing in the store and basically replacing the window shop. As you can imagine, it was pretty easy. I have already nails on the top that I am using over and over, and as I mentioned, I attached a piece of string. It's actually the gift ribbon thingy. I do like the fact that if you have it long enough, you can curl up the ends, right? So I'm just playing with the flowers, attaching them. I try to do one a little bit lower and two higher up. I also wanted to make sure that they don't cover the whole window, so they are sort of just on sides. I did eventually tape a few of them just to the wall a little bit because they seem to be moving a little bit too much and I didn't like it. Like when you look from outside and if the flower wasn't flat, it kind of looks strange. Do you see how much they move? I know the video is sped up, but they moved quite a bit. So on one hand, I kind of liked the life. On the other hand, it irritated me a little bit. So I'm just using simple skewer, and that's how I put the ribbon in. I do like using some fancy tools that work great and save time, but they are not always important. And yes, that's my butt. Ha ha ha. I'm sure you all needed to see that. However, this is the final product. I'm quite impressed. I'm almost happy. I No, this is one of those projects that you can switch it up if you don't really like the way the flowers are, right? If you don't like the certain colors, you can replace it as well. By the way, I kind of thought about adding uh, green leaves to it, maybe like two from each side on one of the flowers. I think it'll be kind of pretty. But because I also made a flower that is green, I felt it may be kind of strange. And this is the final product from inside of the shop. And I'm quite impressed. I like it actually. And this is from the outside. So I feel like I talk a lot and I think that this is very primitive and easy to do thing. However, I felt that sharing some tips may be helpful. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching Hannahmade and pop by the pop on 65 Pond Street in Sharon. Bye.